frame relay. These three are multi-point. These are point to point. This is point to multi-point. This is point to point. R1 to R4 is point to point relay. R1, R2, R3 is point to multi-point. How to configure the frame relay? Go to frame relay switch. Port number 1, 102, 2, 201, 1, 103, 3, 301, 2, 203, 3, 302. For point to point, 1, 104, 4, and 401. If you didn't give apply, if you give OK, it will not work. You want to give apply first, then only OK. You cannot connect any Fortinet cables with frame relay. Only serial cables can be connected with the frame relay. Port number 1. This is point to point. This is point to multi-point. Consider the network here as 192.168.1.0. Consider network as 10.1.14.0/24/24. If you want to create a point-to-point network, you want to go for subinterface. S0/0.14 as the subinterface over here. Here, always point-to-point means you want to create a subinterface. Here, IP address 0/0. IP address 192.168.1.1. What is my LMI? Local management interface. What is the use of local management interface?
My communication between router and
Relay. What is called local management interface? What is my DLC?
data link function
Identifier. What is the use of this? Data link connection. What is the use of DLC? DLCA. Connect virtually. We're using numbers. It can be same as here and is as here. Okay. This is locally significant. How to configure the frame relay? I'm typing frame relay. Will it come? It will not come. Why? First, I want to. What is meant by encapsulating means? Encapsulation frame relay. What it means? there is no protocol if you are doing frame relay. If you are connected with frame relay, your protocol will be always will be down. Show IP interface. It will be down always. Okay. So what I need to give encapsulation frame relay. If the protocol is down, what is the reason? There is no data link layer. Protocol is running either P2P or anything. So what I want to give encapsulation frame relay interface L0/0 encapsulation frame relay. Then that already have here. Then we want to map the IPs. Frame relay map IP. Which IP I want to map? This point to multi-point with R1, R2 and R3. This is this address and this address I want to map. So 192.168.1.2 I am mapping. Keep it in mind always. If this is my R1, always DLC number will start with 1 1. We have given 1 1 or 2 now. So always it have to start with 1. 1 1 or 2 is my DLC to contact R2. And I am going to give the word called broadcast. What is the use of broadcast? Because if I am doing the frame relay, that is I am mapping this with R2. If I suppose I am running grid per OSPF age, I will be sending multicast addresses. If I am running a frame relay, the multicast address will not be same time between R1 and R2. That's why I am giving the word called broadcast. I can either give this also, Cisco also. Suppose I am using all the devices Cisco, I can give Cisco. Okay, this is IETF. This is an encapsulation standard. This also you can give IETF. Okay, so I am giving the word called broadcast so that all the devices, any of the devices who are running OSPF, it may not be Cisco also, Juniper also, it can send them multicast addresses. For that purpose, I am giving broadcast command. Then I want to map it for R3 also. Frame relay map. What is the IP of that 192.168.1.3? Always starts with 1 103 broadcast. Go to R2 frame relay map IP 192.168.1.1 I am mapping. This is in router 2, so I am giving 201 broadcast. I want to give encapsulation frame relay, that's why it's not working. Encapsulation frame relay map IP 201 broadcast. Now what it is coming? Change state to up. Before that, no data link protocol are running. If I started running encapsulation frame relay, started running. Protocol started becoming up. Then frame relay map IP 192.168.1.3 I'm using always starts 203 broadcast. So if I am seeing, I'm going to R1. The command to see the frame relay configuration is frame relay map. It will show what is the thing 192.1.2, what the thing is using broadcast. This is a Cisco device and the status is already be defined manually and the status is active. What is static? I manually given the IP address to map. The same thing if I am going to R3. First I want to make my protocol up, so I want to give encapsulation frame relay. Okay, once I made up, I can see show frame relay map. I didn't define manually, but it have came already. R3 I didn't do anything. But it have came 168.168.1.1 and 1.2. How? Because of dynamic. Because of inverse R. What is my inverse of? What is R? Address is what it will do. R actually do. If I want to make send a packet, first it will do what is your address. Tell me your address so that I can save it in my routing table. Sorry, R table. So first initially it will R. So inverse of means ulta of. What is ulta of? I have manually given in R1 that this is the address, 1.3 is the address, I am using 1.3 as a DC. So it is inversely doing R2, R3. Okay, it has told to R3 that I have mapped for you. This is the DLC they have mapped for me. Like that, it is telling the message to R3. So that it has what it has found. Dynamically, it has found the mapping status. So what it is coming dynamic. Still, it is active. This is not good actually. If I don't want to use R2, but manually dynamically it have happened, R2 has happened to this. So what is the command so that I can stop this? I want to go to interface S0/0. I want to give no frame relay inverse R. No frame relay inverse R. And go to this interface also. Interface S0/0. No frame relay inverse R. I go here. It will be in my table for more than 1 minute or 180 seconds. It will be. I don't know. Time 180 seconds is not proper. I will tell you later. So it will be in my table only. So how to clear that? Clear frame relay inverse R. If I did do this, it will clear all my inverse of. See nothing I have cleared now. How? Because I have given no frame relay inverse of. So that if I give this command to clear, it will automatically. Suppose someone is coming to your router and they went inside a 0/0 also. What they are doing, they are mapping a address frame relay map IP. Suppose something address 1.1.1.1. They are mapping with some 3 299 290 like that. They are mapping with the broadcast result. Will it take this frame relay mapping will be taken by router 1? It has taken 1.1.1.1 by static and still it is active. How? See, whatever I have given, it will take statically. Okay, initially it will take, but after it will check with this frame relay switch whether this, what is this 290 DLC is available or what. If 290 available DLC is there, whether 1.1.1.1 is available or not, whether it is up or not, like that it will check. See, it has deleted now. Okay. Whatever irrelevant information if you give also, it will take initially, it become active, then it will become deleted. Then we will go to R3 interface S0/0 frame relay map IP. What is IP? 192.168.1.1. This is router 3, so 301 broadcast frame relay map IP 1.2, which is 302 broadcast. This may be anything. For our purpose we have created 302 103 for easier understanding. I have 321 322. So if I am going show frame relay, show frame relay map, I can able to see the mappings. See, suppose I want to see about the local management interface, so I can give LMI, show frame relay LMI. If I can able to see the LMI, see the num update status received is 0 and timeouts is 0. Suppose if I am pinging with R1, will it ping 168.1? Will it ping Suppose I'm pinging with 2. Yes, it is pinging. Suppose if I am seeing the source frame relay LMI, the sent packets as 31 and the received packets as 32. It should be always greater. If it is lesser than sent, your local management interface is not working, your frame relay is not proper. You can identify if the sent and received packets are not showing anything. Suppose I am doing telnet. Telnet is always by default it will be enabled with all the router that you know. No? All the router it will be default enabled. So I am telnetting with 192.168.1.1, but password none is set, it will not go inside. Password okay, but none is set. Still I can see the LMS, what are the packets and 35. Before it was 31 and 32, now 35 and 36. It should be always in the increase in order. If it is not in increase order, there is some problem with the frame relay. Okay, now we'll go to point-to-point network. How to configure the point-to-point network? We'll go to interface S0 slash. If I am giving 0.14, will it take? Yes. I can make the multi-point link also like this. I can give the multi-point link also S0 slash 0. I have to mention whether it is multi-point or point-to-point. I am mentioning point to point. This is a point to point network. I have to give the IP address also. What is the IP address? 10.1.14.1, 255.255.255.0. I want to enable the encapsulation frame relay, or already it is enabled. Can I able to give the frame relay command now? Yes. Because S0 slash 0 already I enabled the encapsulation frame relay. This is the sub interface I am enabling. So once in the main interface, if you give no shade and encapsulation, it will be automatically go for sub interface also. Interface S0 slash point 14 point to point. So here what is the command for point to point? Frame relay. I want to give map or what? I don't want to give any mapping in point to point. I just want to give interface del C. Okay, this is router 1, so I will use 104 broadcast. Okay. Will it be same available in R4? If I am going to R4, interface S0 slash 0, encapsulation frame relay. If I am checking whether it is no inverse op is working or what, here point to point also. In point to point you will not get any inverse op. Okay, so what we can do now? Now the change is stated to up. Will it work now? Config interface S0 slash 0.14. Okay. Because it will work in point to point also. Why? Because it was not working. I have never given any IP addresses to S0 slash 0. If I was giving any IP address to S0 slash 0, it will be okay. The inverse of will be okay. Okay. Since it is since I am using the sub interface, I didn't give any IP address to S0 slash 0, so that the inverse of is not working over here. If it is the interface has some IP address, it will surely work. In point to point, I am using the sub interface, so it will not work. Then S0 slash 0.14 point to point frame relay interface del C. Del C number is router 401 broadcast. I want to give the IP address also. What is the IP address? 10.1.14.4. Now my mapping will be there. Yes, it's defined. Status is defined. It is static also. It's a broadcast and statically defined. It is active. Through which interface 0.14. Will I able to ping to R1 now? Ping 10.1.14.1. Can I able to ping to R1? Can I able to ping to R3? Ping 192.168.1.3. Can I able to ping? Why? Because this is a point to point only with R1 and R4, not with R3. And last thing, will I able to ping my own IP address? Ping 192.168.1.1. Will I able to ping my own IP address? Right? You cannot ping your own IP address because why? Because in frame relay you want to advertise your IP address also. Then only you can ping yourself. But in normal, when you are using P2P or normal multi-access, that will ping. In frame relay, you want to the map for our IP address. How to map that one? We'll go to interface S0/0. We have to map there my interface address frame relay map IP. What is my interface address? 192.168.1.1. I can use any number or any number of previously defined frame DLCs. Any DLCs I can use which is already defined, not like 290, 300, whatever already defined, which is already using also. Suppose 102 I am using already, 103 I am using already. I can use the same thing, 102. Here I don't want any broadcast. Okay, so because I am mapping for myself that I am this IP address. Okay, now I ping with my IP address. Ping 192.168.1.1. Hmm? Yes, I can ping because I mapped for myself. But I need to use the DLC that is already predefined DLC, which is already used also, no problem.